This changes everything for the Los Angeles Lakers as multiple new reports have dropped in surprising fashion surrounding one particular Laker that has fans very intrigued. We're going to break down exactly what that report is and discuss, most importantly, what this means going forward, as it has some implications heading into this season that not a lot of fans are talking about. We're also going to break down some other interesting things, including Luka Doncic's latest performance. But before we get into it all, folks, if you're a part of the percentage who aren't subscribed to the channel, this is the place to be for daily Lakers content. Your guys' support has been absolutely unbelievable. You've been absolute beasts with the support, so make sure to continue supporting by hitting that subscribe button. Now, folks, I'm going to be taking a step back today and talking about one player that, of course, a lot of fans are talking about, but a new article has dropped that has raised some eyebrows because it is an underlying storyline here that not a lot of people are talking about. You can see this here. Lakers rumors and insider questions Austin Reaves' long-term value for LA. Reaves could leave the Lakers for a massive payday in a couple years. Now, according to all accounts, reports have said that the Lakers are going to try to extend Austin Reaves at $30 million. And what I'm not talking about necessarily Austin Reaves, getting traded or leaving necessarily, but what I'm talking about regarding changes everything is how important this upcoming season is, not only for Austin Reaves, but the future of the Lakers as it pertains to Reaves and even into this upcoming season right now. And according to Michael Pena of The Ringer, the Lakers should look to trade Reaves, and he claims that Reaves is too bad on defense and will also be too expensive for the future. And I see a lot of you guys in the comments when I go over the starting lineups the Lakers should have, kind of talking about, I personally want Reaves on the bench and starting Marcus Smart, but it's interesting because a lot of reports have started to float over the past few days, especially after the initial report dropped regarding Reaves remaining in LA, about how they should trade him. And you can see this here with the new cap penalties in the CBA. They have to figure out a way to keep the team affordable while still being very competitive. They can't risk Reaves walking for nothing. Because of the contract extension that Reaves signed a couple years ago, he can actually get a bigger raise if he leaves LA. And they might want to assess whether or not to trade him at the deadline or, of course, sooner than that. And that's what I want to discuss today, is the future of Austin Reaves. Now, uh, reports kind of came out that he's going to be, at least are looking to extend him at the the 30 million or 35 million dollar mark, because of the fact that at the end of the day, he wants to remain in LA, and it seems that the Lakers want to keep him. Now, on the flip side of that, if you're the Lakers, this next few weeks are going to be crucial for the offseason. But heading into the regular season, seeing whether or not, he fits with Luka Doncic, and then, of course, most importantly, like how he does this year, because there's a real world where he, takes a step forward this year and then even commands more than 35 million dollars. But if they think he doesn't fit with Luka Doncic really well and they want to focus more defense, there is a world where they trade him. And again, I think if they were going to trade him already in this offseason, they probably would have already done it. But for now, it begs a very interesting question. You can see this here. If the Lakers are going to trade him, they should look at doing so before, so other teams know they need to move him. That would end up losing them any value in return for him. So again, obviously, leverage and all those different things. Last year, he averaged 20 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. I want to ask you guys this question. Now, this trade talks about swapping Austin Reaves for Nic Claxton, which is funny because it's literally Claxton and you can see this here. So it's Reaves and Vincent for Claxton, a first and a first round swap. So the Lakers already have DeAndre Ayton. They've been linked to Nic Claxton a lot, but this specific trade is Reaves and Vincent, so a bit of salary gone, and then, of course, you're trading Reaves, and you get Claxton, but you also get future assets in return. I got to give a bit of credit here to Sports Illustrated, because there's been a lot of dumb trades on Sports Illustrated talking about, and I'm not saying this is a great trade, but you're getting 2 futures essentially back and Nic Claxton. This is the type of value that if you are the Lakers and you decide to move him, whether that be now or at the deadline, this is the type of value at minimum you would be looking to get. And I still don't think this would be necessarily enough, but you're getting, first round capital to maybe use at the trade deadline if they made this trade now. And then, of course, Nic Claxton back. And I want you guys to let me know down below in the comment section, do you want the Lakers or where do you currently stand on Austin Reaves? And that's ultimately what this video is mostly about, right? Is like what Austin Reaves does to start the regular season up until the trade deadline changes everything for the Lakers this year and beyond that. If he has a great year and he looks really good alongside Luka, you extend him. He'll be the future kind of second piece around Luka. Is that good enough to win a championship in the future? Maybe. Of course, you can make other moves there, and he could ultimately be a third piece. If he comes out and he struggles, let's say hypothetically he goes out and he averages 18 points a game or something like that, you are then in a very interesting spot, because do you want to extend him? Is he good enough defensively to really pair alongside Luka? That begs a million questions. And he's improved every year of his career. And I think that ultimately he's probably going to continue to improve this upcoming season and maybe put up 23, 24 points a game. Maybe not, maybe the year after, because LeBron's still in the picture. But It is going to be critical to see, like, if they were to trade him, this would have been the peak time to do so, at least up to this point of his career, right? Now, there's a chance where he, improves really well. I am not, and I'm been on record saying this. If you've been watching, you've been a fan of the channel for a while. I am not a huge Austin Reaves fan in the sense of I love Austin Reaves as a player. I don't know if he's going to be able to take another step forward. I think last year was a really good year for him. I'm not super, super high on Austin Reaves, which is fair. Right? Everybody's, I'm not hating Austin Reaves at all. I hope he does unbelievable. As a Lakers fan, we obviously want him to do great. But it's why I talk about putting in Marcus Smart for Austin Reaves in that starting lineup, right? And, getting some defense and having Austin Reaves run the backup, point guard spot, and depending on what happens with Gabe Vincent, and then, of course, manning that bench unit with Jake LaRavia. But I'm not sold fully on the Austin Reaves and Luka Doncic experience. We saw it last year. It went okay at times. There was times where Reaves didn't really know where he was going, and vice versa. Luka didn't know where Reaves was. They had an offseason to work on that. This season is so critical, and obviously we're going to be focusing on winning a championship this year with LeBron James, but this season is so critical for seeing the future of Reaves. Now, they could extend him before the season starts or early on in the year, and none of this will matter if they just extend him to 30, 35 million, and you hope he plays well. If he comes out and he starts averaging 16 points a game, 17 points a game, and kind of takes a bit of a step back, that's where things become dicey, and that's where trades like this tend to make a little bit of sense, where you're getting a bit more surefire, fit. With Nick Claxton can be the center of your future in theory. You get a first-round pick, which you can use at the trade deadline. You get the 2029 first-round pick. Like, in this deal, you could, not to get too far ahead of myself, you could trade Reaves and Gabe Vincent. Let's say you get Claxton at first and a 2029 first. You can then use those picks you get back to get a guy like Andrew Wiggins, which we know they want a first. So then you're basically trading Reaves and Vincent for Claxton and Wiggins, and you probably keep one of the first-round picks or get a second-round pick back. And then that's the way your team is constructed. I think that's probably a better constructed team, with, let me rephrase that. With Reaves, I think is a better overall team than if you swap Reaves for Wiggins. I think Reaves is a better player right now. Is he a better fit in this moment to win? And of course, Wiggins is older, right? Reaves is a little bit younger than Andrew Wiggins, of course. But like, if you're trying to win now, that's an interesting thing. I don't think that happens, right? Because then your future's a little bit murky. Like, if you're trying to win right now, would you rather Reaves or Wiggins in this lineup? I'm asking you guys that question. Let me know down below, because it's a big controversial point. Obviously, I think I'd still rather Reaves over Wiggins at the end of the day, but like adding some sort of defense, and it wouldn't be probably a Wiggins trade, even though you're also getting Claxton. It'd probably be a deal if you're trading Reaves for a cornerstone piece. But like, this is such a crucial upcoming year to seeing, let alone, and you put just for a minute, put aside how good or bad, the Lakers are going to be. For their future, the Lakers have a pretty big decision to make here. From all accounts, we're hearing they're going to extend Austin Reaves. But if they don't and they choose not to, it's going to, at least for the first little bit, and he takes a step back, could be interesting, but could also mitigate. None of this will matter if he comes out and he averages 23, 25 points a game, and he is as improved as he was the past couple of years. But it's an interesting talking point. I know a lot of people are probably going to get heated at me for not being the biggest Austin Reaves fan. I love Reaves. I think he's a great player, and obviously we all hope that he does well. But I just have a little bit of a concern about his ability to take that one more step. But he's proven me wrong in the past, and he'll probably do so again. Let me know down below what your thoughts are on all that. A couple other things here. Luka and Jokic played against each other in a friendly match. Luka scored 17. Jokic scored 10. Friendly match wasn't that big of a deal. But the big takeaways here, Luka looks in great shape, still moving very fast, and he's looking better than ever. He looks like an absolute beast on a mission, and hopefully the Lakers are on a mission here going forward. But that'll wrap it up. Let me know down below what your thoughts are. Cheers.